What's going on, guys? Oscar nominations are out, and no, I'm not here to rant about the snub of the Lego movie. I'm here to talk about the nominees. Before they were vying for Hollywood's top prize, they had humble beginnings, just like anybody else. And today, we're gonna take a look at them in Before They Were Famous, Oscar edition. Let's kick it off with the American sniper himself, Bradley Cooper. Now, before he was sniping fools, he was a student at the New School, where he was in one of his very first TV appearances asking a question to Sean Penn on Inside the Actor's Studio.
Hey, Mr. Penn. My name is Bradley Cooper. I'm a second-year actor. My question's regarding Hurley Burley. What was it like to revisit a character, Eddie, after a 10-year hiatus? Did you have new discoveries?
Hey, let's all play a little game. Let's pretend that he's not nominated for American Sniper and that he's nominated for Rocket Raccoon instead. How awesome would that be? America's sweetheart, Reese Witherspoon, is nominated for her performance in Wild. But way back when, she was in a TV movie called Desperate Choices, To Save My Child.
So how long before we hear from this doctor anyway?
Cassie, the doctor said that you have a kind of leukemia.
Am I gonna die?
No, but the doctor wants you to start treatment right away, and that means that you'll have to go into the hospital.
No!
For just a little while.
There's nothing wrong with me!
Cassie.
No!
All right, let me get this straight. She was a female football player with leukemia. Guys, one of those things is enough. J.K. Simmons is nominated for his badass performance in Whiplash. You probably know him as J. Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man or from his performance in Oz, but kids from the 90s know him as Barber Dan in The Adventures of Pete and Pete.
I hear those Krebs Star Nightwalkers are pretty good.
Are you looking for razor-sharp pivots, pinpoint stops, increased trajectory?
Well, who isn't?
Nightwalkers. Oh, yeah.
Wow, things were going great until Barber Dan threw that barber chair at Big Pete's head. Yikes. Speaking of folks who used to be in Spider-Man movies, Emma Stone is nominated for Birdman. Now, before she was Oscar nominee Emma Stone, she was Little Emily Stone, contestant on the reality show In Search of the Partridge Family.
Emily Stone! I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint.
I'm sorry, but that's a grown-up song, Emily. You're grounded. Well, Benedict Cumberbatch was bound to be nominated for one of the 50 movies he was in this year, and he was, for The Imitation Game. Before that, he actually played Stephen Hawking in a BBC film. Check it out.
I believe, small though we are, insignificant though we may be, we can reach a full understanding of the universe. You were right when you said you felt small looking up at all that out there. We are very, very small.
Wow, to paraphrase Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder, he went full Hawking. You know what's kind of funny? Cumberbatch nominated for Best Actor, Eddie Redmayne nominated for Best Actor for playing Stephen Hawking. You know what this means? We need a Hawking off. You know who else is nominated from The Theory of Everything? Felicity Jones. You also saw her this year in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. But way before all this, she was in a TV show called The Worst Witch.
I'm Ethel Hallow. Could you give me a lift? I'd love to, but she flies really squiffy with tour board. Thanks a lot. I've been flying for ages. It's really easy when you know how. Just order it to hover. Ah!
What kind of janky-ass, low-budget Harry Potter shit was that? Birdman nominee Edward Norton was famous right from the get-go, but fellow nominee and fellow Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, was in the super sweet 80s acne commercial. Check it out.
You can run, but you can't hide. You zap one pimple, another one appears. You need to zap. 3 pimples you have, zap. Fight once you don't. Zap, double zap.
Hulk smash acne. I love Julianne Moore, and she is nominated for Still Alice. I had forgotten she was the tattletale doctor who tries to get Harrison Ford busted in The Fugitive. Check it out.
What do you want?
I want to know how that boy ended up in surgery.
Look, I'm a janitor. I do what I'm told.
That's bullshit. Who changed those orders?
I don't know what you mean.
You stand right there.
What a narc. Rosamund Pike is nominated for Gone Girl, but her first movie role was as a Bond girl playing another ice queen, Miranda Frost.
Remember, I know all about you, 007. Sex for dinner, death for breakfast. Well, it's not going to work with me.
No?
No.
You know what? I bet she's not acting and she's just a terrible lady.
It was so good of you to bring your gun to bed with us.
Best Actor nominee Michael Keaton was Batman, then Birdman, but before that, he starred alongside everyone's second favorite Belushi in this 1979 sitcom called Working Stiffs.
We stand there and we're looking at each other, you know, just looking.
Boy.
Eye to eye, man. We were only inches apart.
Hey, you'll never forget that guy's face as long as you live.
Never.
I'll always be embedded on the top of your eyelids right there.
I couldn't. How could I, man? He'll never forget my face.
No, you won't, Mike.
Why, no!
And that, my friends, is how he got the reputation for the best spit take in Hollywood. Ethan Hawke is nominated for his performance in Richard Linklater's beautiful film Boyhood. But back in 1985, he starred alongside River Phoenix in this kid's adventure movie called Explorers. Take a look.
We come in peace. Great, now try how do we get back to our ship? No, just give him a minute. He's probably just translating in his head.
What's up, Doc?
What?
Wow, that was 30 years ago. Or as Richard Linklater likes to put it, 2.5 movies ago. And finally, we have Patricia Arquette, who's nominated for Boyhood. Now, she's been in a ton of cool things, including True Romance, one of my favorite movies. But I believe her most noteworthy performance is her turn in Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. You know, she may or may not walk out of there with Oscar Gold, but she will hold the distinction of being the only nominee ever to be almost eaten by a giant Freddy Krueger-headed snake. Well, that was a nice time. What's your favorite early performance from an Oscar nominee? Let us know, tell us why in the comments section below. Best answer, we're gonna send you a Screen Junkies t-shirt. I wanna thank you for watching. I'm Hal Rudnick. Hit me up on Twitter. Bye-bye. And the winner is John Travolta at the Oscars.
Please welcome the wickedly talented one and only Adele Dazeem.
Good one, Travolta.